What's up, Wonder Kid? It's FIFA Expert, and today we're back with some more Project London. But before we head into our very important match against Man City, we have to explain how we got here, and there's actually a very important storyline that we have to talk about. Now, there seems to be trouble behind the scenes as the board of Project London actually suspended Simmons because he did not react to the Barlow and Fry situation, and the assistant manager has been taking over since then. And the three players, Adeyemi, Barlow, and Fry, have all voiced out their opinions to the media. They've made it very clear that they really don't like the fact that Alex Simmons was suspended. They felt it wasn't really right to suspend him. And even Barlow and Fry have even said that they set aside their differences and they're going to work together to become probably one of the best partnerships in world football. That's what they said. And the board, of course, they had to, unsuspend him because these are three of their biggest assets. And they were literally saying that if Alex Simmons wasn't managing them, they wouldn't play. Now, of course, that means we had to fast forward past the transfer window and we had to move into a match against Man City because that's when Alex Simmons returned to manage the squad. And we're going to be looking at it in his perspective. And if you'll notice, the assistant manager actually also took over the signings and he actually signed Ryan Gravenberch. Now, of course, Alex Simmons doesn't really know much about Gravenberch. He doesn't know his playstyle yet, so he decided to put him on the bench for this one. And he basically decided to trust the system that he began with. But it doesn't mean that Ryan Gravenberch is going to be sitting the bench for the whole season. We might give him opportunities, but just not this time. Maybe he'll come on as a super sub against Manchester City. Now, of course, this is actually a big match for Alex Simmons to be back in. And the board actually said that he does have to really show that he can still perform with the club. Of course, disciplinary-wise, he doesn't seem to have the important quality, of course, that's what the board believes. But the board knows that tactically Alex Simmons is a mastermind. But will it be enough to topple Man City, who are arguably one of the best teams in the world? Well, we have to find out. As Project London would actually be playing at home at Project Park against Man City. It's just the spectacle in and of itself is enough for the fans to be happy. I feel like the fans would be proud of their club no matter what happens. But Man City would go on the attack. Kevin De Bruyne with a clever drop of the shoulder actually evades his defender. He's on the wing. And Project London definitely has a good defense. But will that be enough to stop Man City? Especially with their press, because good ball control will be needed against Man City's press because it can be very vicious and very punishing. But so far, Project London seemed to be doing well against the press, but unfortunately, it does show why Man City presses, but they were able to escape it. And that's the thing about the Manchester City press. As soon as you get away from it, you'll find yourself in a very good position for counterattack. Unfortunately, Karim Adeyemi could not finish. He couldn't quite keep it under control, but he would be able to finish the header that came after that. Karim Adeyemi, though, he has actually been a very good player for Project London. He's actually scored a few goals while Alex Simmons was away, despite not enjoying being under the assistant manager's coaching tactics, I guess you could say. But yeah, it's good to see that Karim Adeyemi has not lost his form since the last time Alex Simmons saw him. And just like that, Project London are ahead and they're probably shocking the world of football just by being ahead against Man City. But there's still a few more minutes to play in this match. And of course, Man City would not take it lightly. Jesus hitting the post, but Phil Foden would actually equalize. He would get it off the rebound. And in 15 minutes, we've just seen 2 goals. Project London's lead just evaporates just like that, thanks to Phil Foden and probably a bit of Gabriel Jesus in there as well. Now, you could probably say that Man City needed a bit of luck to, equalize against this match, but nonetheless, that goal is a goal. They all count the same, and Man City would be on the attack again. Once again, Project London's defense would have to be tested. But Gabriel Jesus tries to be clever, but Shaw reads it all the way. He is not having any of that. Ethan Barlow, though, he's being closed on as well. Again, it's just the pressure of Man City. It's just so intense, it's just so difficult to deal with. But as you know, once you deal with that pressure, you have a bit of daylight at the end. The grass is always greener on the other side. Villabel tries to cross it into Fry, who is actually turning out to be quite a good target man, but unfortunately he can't get the cross through. Ethan Barlow with a bit of trickery there, going past Joao Cancelo, crossing it in for Cook, but unfortunately he couldn't quite finish off that opportunity. Karim Adeyemi would be on the ball. He would actually play a long ball to Ethan Barlow. It's not really something you'd normally see from Karim Adeyemi, and Ethan Barlow again with some amazing trickery, but unfortunately he does a bit too much, and Man City will take the ball there, and Man City would go on the counter attack. There was a nice long ball from one of their midfielders, and the clearance from Project London would only end up to Rodri's hand, giving to Gundogan, I think, and unfortunately that does get intercepted, but Man City intercept the ball again. My commentary is a bit bad. I kind of don't know names of players. I'll just be calling the midfielder one and missing the two for now, but I will improve along the way. Kevin De Bruyne outside the box, he's given some space, and he just scores an easy goal for him. Honestly, you should not be giving Kevin De Bruyne such space, and Project London does get punished for it. And just like that, Man City is in the lead. It's now 2-1. Of course, this wasn't the expected result. Coming into the game, no one really expected Project London to be winning this game. Honestly, for them to be putting up such a fight, for them to have actually taken the lead at first, it was impressive. But now Man City are really gonna start pulling away. Now the momentum is really on their side. But Project London, of course, they would not give up. This is a game of 90 minutes, of course, but their attack would get ended there, and Man City's defense just being really solid in the back. But however, Project London started pulling in their own type of pressure here, and Man City struggled to deal with it a bit here. But of course, Man City were going to deal with the pressure nice and easy. Maybe not nice and easy, it was a bit iffy, but yeah. Project London would add more pressure. Ethan Barlow actually added the pressure there, and that caused Joao Cancelo to hit the ball out. And just like that, an opportunity was created. Ethan Barlow tried to cross it to Fry, but unfortunately, they could not connect this time around. But of course, they still had one more opportunity to score, but again, Man City's defense is just really, really solid when it counts. And at halftime, it is 2-1, but Project London are definitely walking into halftime knowing that they can score a goal if they work hard enough. If they really improve, they can actually get a goal, and most importantly, they should not concede. I feel like that's what Alex Simmons will be telling the squad. But now Alex Simmons, during halftime, we decided to put on Gravenberch, because he might be needed in this situation just as a player with a bit of quality that's going to be needed. And just like that, Gravenberch plays his first few minutes under Alex Simmons, and we'll see how he does. And now Fry giving it to Karim Adeyemi. That was actually a good through ball. Adeyemi unfortunately hits it wide, but this is still promising. This shows promise. It is showing that the proof that Project London can score. They just have to get them more chances like that. If Adeyemi gets one more chance like that, I believe he's gonna score. And if Man City gets more chances like that, they're definitely gonna score. But luckily, Project London's defense does get them away. But the ball is still in a dangerous area for Project London. It's still in their defensive third and in Man City's attacking third. But still, with a rock hard challenge, he's able to get the ball away from Palmer, and he's able to just play away from the press. Very clever from the young lad. Karim Adeyemi gives it to Gravenberch. Gravenberch gives it back to Karim Adeyemi. It's an incisive pass. Probably that's why the manager put Gravenberch on, but that Project London attack does not go far. Phil Foden tries a long shot, and he can actually score those, but Hutchinson's secure hands ensure that that's not going to be going into his net. But now Project London were once again on the counter-attack. Ryan Gravenberch with a great cross. Lee controls the ball, hits it on the volley, sweet left foot shot, and a goal in the 70th minute. Project London has finally done it. They've finally broken through the Manchester City defense. It took a bit of time, but now it is an even game, and the prospect of penalties is definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be lingering on everyone's mind in the building, because a penalty shootout might be the only way Project London beats Man City, and I'm sure they're going to be trying to play for that, because Man City is a tough team to beat. But of course, this doesn't mean that they were going to be parking the bus. They're definitely going to try to get more goals, and Man City would definitely try to do the same. As for them as being a team in the Premier League, they just want to get these games out of the way as quick as possible. But luckily for Carabao Cup, there's no replay, so either way, Man City isn't really losing out that much. But they're on the counter-attack again. Jesus tries to cut it back, but Steele, who's actually been one of the more solid defenders at the back today, just sent it away. Not that far though, because again, Man City's press is just that tight. Villabel tries to clear the ball away. He can't quite get it out, but finally, after a bit of tussling with Bernardo Silva, he can get the ball out. Kevin De Bruyne takes another shot, but unfortunately this time it did not have enough guile, did not have enough thread to get the ball through. Ethan Barlow would be sent away, but not quite as well. Man City's Joao Cancelo just too fast for Ethan Barlow, who actually seemed to have tired legs. But yeah, just like that, you could probably say everything went according to plan for Project London, as now a penalty shootout was on the way, and it was probably their best chance at beating Man City today. And just like that, the first penalty taker for Project London would of course be Karim Adeyemi, aimed at the top right hand corner. It didn't quite go top right, but it still went in, so he won't really complain. Kevin De Bruyne would take his penalty, and it's just perfect. It doesn't matter where Hutchinson dies, it's still going in. It's just those type of penalties. Gravenberch, our super sub, hits it right into the top left hand corner. It's in a perfect penalty. Gabriel Jesus sends Hutchinson the wrong way. Not so good for our star goalkeeper so far. And now it's time for Ethan Barlow. He seems to be going top right hand corner again, and it's just another really good penalty. Edison rooted to the spot, and Raheem Sterling actually hit the post. I honestly thought Hutchinson saved it, but upon closer inspection you'll see he actually hit the post. Cook hits it top left hand corner with enough power that even if Edison dived the right way, he wasn't really going to save it. But now all the pressure was on Bernardo Silva. He needed to score to keep Man City in the fight, and he does so cheekily. He does it with a Panenka. But now it's all up to Ederson. It's all up to Fry. Fry, probably the more experienced players on the team. He should have nerves of steel. He should have ice in his veins. He takes the shot, and that is a perfect penalty. This lad has ice in his veins, and just like that, Project London are moving on in the Carabao Cup. And after knocking out Man City, perhaps they even have what it takes to win the Carabao Cup. Who knows? But of course, this is where the episode ends. It ends with a Charles Fry penalty that just sends us into the later rounds of the Carabao Cup. He is just such an important player for Project London. But yeah, the episode is going to be ending here. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But if you don't want to subscribe, if you don't want to like, it's okay. There's no pressure. But if you're not going to do any of those, could you please watch one more video from my channel? And yeah, I guess I'll be leaving you guys to it. You can watch Alex Simmons just talk about being back at Project London after his somewhat 1 month absence. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys really did enjoy it. I'll see you guys next time.